Welcome back to Insecurity. We are at the New York Stock Exchange for the New York City version of the BlackBerry World Tour. We have the GM of Smart AV, Christopher Bray. Your baby's just over 2 years old, man. What a long, strange trip it's been. How are we doing?
We're doing very, very well. We're very excited about how the product has evolved. We launched back in August of 17, and now we started obviously on PCs and Macs. And now we've just recently announced through a partnership with Samsung that we've got mobile protection on Android. And we'll be launching the iOS version of that solution coming up in the next 30 to 60 days. So we will have an AI-centric solution across all endpoints in the home, mobile and computers.
Now, walk me through that process when you start on traditional machines, desktops and laptops. How difficult is it to get into the mobile world? And then even there, once you're there, you've got to deal with Android, which is open source, compared to iOS, which is not always the most developer-friendly thing.
Yeah, no, it's very different. And the way that we've architected the product lends itself quite nicely to bolting on this additional functionality, i.e. being able to detect mobile devices. But quite literally, the mobile solution is an entirely different technology from the ground up. However, it still also relies on AI to protect the end user, protecting not only the Android user, but also the iOS user. And as such, gives that proactive prevention approach also on your mobile devices.
And we can kind of debunk that myth that I've got an iPhone, I'm safe, that there's no malware or anything that's going to be coming onto my machine.
Yeah, that's unfortunately a fallacy. You know the old saying in the industry, the best way to keep a system safe is never turn it on.
Yeah, exactly.
So it doesn't matter if it's a Mac, if it's a PC, if it's Android or iOS, they all have their vulnerabilities.
Now, Smart AV was still fledgling. It had its feet under it, but when BlackBerry came along, had to be some interesting times there. What's been the impact since the purchase?
Well, being part of BlackBerry has been very exciting because BlackBerry has such broad reach in the marketplace in the areas where they've been very, very successful that we're able to leverage that. And not only that, but they're mobile specialists. So we're absolutely looking at their roadmap and seeing what technologies from their mobile solutions we can incorporate into ours. And of course, they're also quite advanced in the IoT space. And IoT is not just a commercial thing, it's also at home.
Yep.
Since the management of the Smart AV is web-based, whatever additional technology we develop to protect the endpoints in the home or the small business will feed into that web UI. So you'll have a single pane of glass, and that will remain irrespective of how the product evolves. And that really pulls it all together quite nicely. It makes it very easy to manage and keep your home, your family, or your small business secure.
So for folks looking for more information about Smart AV, more about you, where can they go? And tell them, don't tell them.
Well, where you should go is shop.cylance.com for the product, and then about us, cylance.com.
And about Christopher Bray?
About Christopher Bray, Cylance.com.
All right, look at that, man. Giving out his own email address and everything. You know where you can find us. We are at threatvector.cylance.com. On Twitter, it's @BlackBerry and @Cylance Inc. I am Matt Stephenson. Look for me at PacMat73. We're killing it in New York. See you soon.